interview, we sit down with Josh Hart. Last time we had Josh on the show, he was in LA and wearing a Lakers uniform. But now he's down in the Big Easy as a New Orleans Pelican and ready to make his third year his best thus far. Many of you know Josh as a video game mogul, and that still holds true. He still dominates the Fortnite world, and the streaming services all over want him. But he is now a newly found wine connoisseur, and we're going to sit down and talk to him about why. Welcome back to Stay Tuned with D.Rey Volume 2. We're here with Josh Hart. We're on a new set. Thank you for being the first one to come up on the new set, man.
I'm the first one?
Yeah, man.
I feel honored, man.
I had to, of course. But we got to get right into it. You're a Pelican now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, you won the Lakers, for the start of the LeBron era when that whirlwind kind of happened. What have the last couple months been like for you?
It's been a whirlwind, just trying to get acclimated, down in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. I've been in and out of there, looking at houses, meeting the front office, the personnel, and all that. So it's been crazy, but it's been good. I think it'll be a good chapter for me.
Okay. And how are the beignets? I seen on your story a couple
times.
Yeah.
I had Cafe Du Monde. I had some beignets. They're good.
You speak French now?
Yeah, a little bit. It's French quarters down there.
I understand that the quarters of France are down there, but can you speak French?
Cafe Du Monde is about all I got, my man. We, I guess. That's about it.
Any more?
Nah, that's it.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right. So what's been your favorite part of New Orleans so far?
Probably the food, bro. The food is different down there. I've been having, there was one meal I had, and it was bacon wrapped shrimp with grits. Oh boy, it was crazy.
You lost me with the bacon. But
you don't eat pork, but that was all. That was it. Bacon wrapped shrimp with grits, bro. It was crazy. But now I'm like, I'm like looking for a chef because I can't. I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be fat. I can't do it, bro. So I'm trying to find a chef that can like make some meals for me so I can be a little healthier.
So hold on, let's stay on that topic for a little bit. You said you gotta get a chef because you don't want to be out eating bacon wrapped shrimp with grits and Cafe Du Monde. Mm-hmm. Too much. So if you're looking for a personal chef, and then be like, what do you want them to make? What type of meals are y'all looking for?
It just got to be a lot of this clean, healthy, organic. If you a lot of guys in the NBA don't do beef, but if you do beef, grass-fed fish, wild-caught fish, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Grass-fed chicken, just stuff like that. Things that will give you energy. Things that don't help inflammation in your body and stuff like that. So. I know a lot of NBA dudes go vegan, during the season. I'm not there yet. Yeah. I'm not. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be there.
You don't gonna be eating ice if you go vegan.
Yeah,
That's all I want you to have.
But but that's kind of what I'm looking for now. Someone that can come make lunch, dinner for me. Probably every day throughout the week, and at least have some type of good conversation. That's about it. So
you want a chef that can converse as well as cook.
Yeah, man, maybe a little bit, if I'm not playing video games or something, I'm chilling in the couch or something, I don't want to just feel like I'm there by myself. I'll just hear, my man flip a, spatula, like banging stuff around, I want maybe have a little nice conversation, okay. A little wine and dine or something, you know what I mean, So, that's like the two check boxes I gotta have crossed off.
Any others?
Nah, man. As long as you can somewhat hold a decent conversation.
I'm gonna put this. I'm asking you because we're gonna put this out there. Like this is gonna be.
Just as long as you can hold a decent conversation and cook some real, just some real healthy food that tastes amazing and it's light. It's light. It's not the heavy, greasy kind of food. I'm good. So clip that. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break real quick. We can get back into it, not about food, but just about the gaming.
Cool.
We got to talk about the game. I had you on the last season. You spoke a little bit about it, so we got to get back into that. This has been Stay Tuned with D.Rey, and welcome back, man. Welcome back.
Our goal at Allure Sleep was to create the perfect pillow for all sleeping positions. If you're a side sleeper, you may like a thicker pillow. If you sleep on your stomach or your back, you may like a little flatter pillow. You may like to put a pillow between your knees, however you might sleep. So we have a pillow inside a pillow, appealing to all sleeping positions. You can find us at alluresleep.com or at Allure Sleep on Instagram.
Welcome to Luxury and stay tuned with D.Rey.
Did I hit it? Yeah.
Hi, Mikkel. Mikkel was waving to me off camera. He's in the crowd right now. We're going to get back to you. I'll be with you in a second, Mikkel. Thank you. All right, so the video games. And last time we spoke, I mentioned like you were huge in the Fortnite wave, and we talked about that with some of the younger guys on season 1, but where are you at now in video games? Because I feel like Fortnite is still relevant, but it's not as like, as it used, like a year ago it was Fortnite or die.
Yeah.
And now it's it's some other stuff.
For me, I'm still in it. I think, for Fortnite, for an example, once in a generation type game, just because it was able to incorporate, just so many different age groups and so many different demographics, and that was actually the World Cup. Just happened this past weekend.
So is this the one with the kid
won $3 million? $3 million. And so
at 16 years old.
Yeah, 16. He won $3 million. I think the runner-up had like 1.8. Next one was like third place, like 1.2.
For a video
900. Yeah. So, I mean, I think Fortnite really is always going to be pretty relevant as long as that's around. Because if you have, and the average age of qualifiers is 16. So you got, 15, 16, 17-year-olds able to win that kind of money. It's like, say you win, first in that, and you win like third in like the little duos. Yeah. So you do that, then you walking away with,
So what's different between
$4.5 million?
What's different between the duo and then like?
So you have like this. There's like
because you got to understand. Like, you have to explain this to me like I'm 5. Like I really have no.
Three different champions, I guess. So there's like a creative one, which is it's a little. That one's a little bit different. It's not very as Fortnite-esque. So you have the creative, you have the duos with you and another person, then you have the solos. So, for example, say you qualified for duos and solos, which most of the guys did. Like I said, if you get first in solos and fifth in duos, you can walk out of, making almost $4 million. Just that weekend at 16 years old.
I'm in the wrong business.
That's you telling me I'm in the wrong thing too.
So, but you understand it. You understand the business side of it. And it seems like a lot of NBA players are kind of trending towards that. Y'all are starting to marry y'all passion. Like, you've always been an avid game player. Like, every time I come in your room, like, you in there on the game heavy. We went, I think, half on Halo 14, whichever one they're on. So you've always been, like, heavy in the video games. But as of late, you see, NBA players, mostly athletes, but especially NBA players, marrying the business side of their passions. How does those two come together? Like, how is it so much money in something like video games?
Yeah, I think now it is, so much money in video games, that's a longer conversation for a totally different episode.
Yeah, different episode.
But that's just one of the huge growing spaces. As like, podcasting is a huge growing space.
We'll get into that
but
next.
You see other people really start to follow what they really have a passion for, and I think it's really because I don't want to say guys are smarter now. I want to say guys are more.
They have more access.
Yeah, they have more access. So like, for me, I was in LA. I was a Laker. I was able to get through so many different doors just because I was a Laker.
Yeah.
So I was able to kind of just do what I wanted, navigate, my off-court business how I really wanted to, just because I knew I could get into places other people couldn't get into. So it was like, I had that access. I had the ability to go out and do those things, and my brother Matt Hillman helped me out so much with that stuff.
Yeah.
I was able to really just kind of do what I love to do, and I already, obviously I'm 2 years in the league, and obviously, I got a far way to go in the league, but I proved myself to be a solid player.
Yeah.
Unfortunately I had an injury this past year, but a solid player. So. I was able to do, do well on the court, but also do well off the court. And I think that's what people are really starting to do now is, obviously definitely hoop, but also realize that, 10, 15 years down the line, the ball's going to stop bouncing. You got to figure out different avenues to, to do.
All right, so we're going to first go with the podcast. You and Matt, you said your brother Matt, who owns Cut So Out in LA, and great organization. They put together, several events. It's a consulting agency, and had him on Volume 1 too. So we spoke about it. Y'all seem to both have this entrepreneurial mind. Y'all put them together for the show Lighthearted, the podcast. How did that come about? I'm not throwing shade, I swear.
Yeah, no.
When I said no shade, like, I really meant that. I gotta understand, when Josh started his podcast, like, people would ask me, like, you know, how do you feel about him, you know, being in media, and it seems like you guys are in competitive spaces, and that's not the case at all. You know, the more people in this space, the better, especially athletes or former athletes in my case. But no, I think Josh using his platform to, you know, promote his brand as well as, you know, just get his message out there first is huge, you know, and it's huge for his brother, Matt Hillman, who is a part owner of Cut and Sew out in LA. Like, their ability to promote their brands and, you know, control what people are saying about them and what they're, you know, want to portray, that's huge.
I think the biggest reason why we wanted to start it is to kind of control our own narrative. And as you know, just kind of being in this entertainment podcasting world, there's so many different things that I could say or someone else could say that can be taken out of context. Because right now everything's about internet, it's about clickbait, it's about, you know, not even being right, it's being, you know, most looked at, being first and stuff like that. So I can say something, you could take it totally out of context, tweet it, get the clickbait, have so much traffic driven to your site or to whatever it is, and you make money off that, or you get that publicity of that. So, you know, I wanted to kind of go my own route, saying, I'm gonna control my own narrative. I'm gonna put out what I want to put out. I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about, how I want to talk about it, and, you know, kind of go on with that. I think Matt had the same perspective of it, and when you do that, it just gives you so much more leverage in terms of, you know, how you're viewed. Because, like I said, you can have several different quotes or interviews taken out of context, and then you look like the bad guy, or and that might not be where your heart is, might not be where your intentions were, but that's how people view you because of the content that was taken out of context. So I think that's really why Lighthearted, why we started that.
And what's been like the most fun you guys have had with it so far?
I mean, just to having if you listen to it, it's called Lighthearted Podcast. It's on, you know, just a lot of different media
plug it
outlets. I mean, it's on like all the little streaming out, you know, Spotify, Apple Music, Himalaya, I don't know, with all the other stuff. But just like the conversation. If you listen to it, it's not like, obviously there's questions and all that, but it's more just like a round table, just having a conversation. And I think that's the thing, because you learn so much more about it. And obviously we have wine on the podcast, you know, so helps the guests, you know, kind of relax and all that. But no, just having that conversation, it just makes everything so much more loose and just having fun with it.
Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna wrap up real quick, but thank you for being on the show, man. Thank you so much.
Brother.
Actually, you know what? No, we ain't gonna wrap up. We'll be right back. We gotta finish this because we gotta talk about this wine thing. Cool. I'm so sorry. I know that was off the cuff. I'm sorry. I know they're gonna kill me back there in the control room, but we'll be right back.
Cool.
Oh yeah. This is the part, the full house. See, the credit's gonna be going up right now, and we gotta look like we have a grand old time.
You're talking about. Okay, so you're saying the credits are going to roll down, and then it's going to be a little box of us just talking.
Like dead ass talking. Like we have the most intimate conversation.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, oh my God, there's such a credit.
And it's like you have to have